And you know, Sacramento is, they have similar gangs like LA. Mm-hmm. Not as many as LA, but they got Bloods and Crips up there. Yeah. But it's mostly a blood city.
Mostly a blood city.
Yeah.
You know, I heard on a podcast somebody was talking the other day. They said Sacramento is like if LA and the Bay Area, if Oakland and LA had a baby. Like, a lot of guys leave Oakland to go to Sac. A lot of guys leave Los Angeles and go to Sac. And that's how it originally got as gangster as it is. But they definitely got gangs up there, and they definitely rocking and rolling.
And this shooting is the biggest shooting in Sacramento history because of 6 people dead, 12 injured, and apparently 2 groups were going back and forth shooting each other. I actually ain't never heard of nothing this big, even in LA.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't. You know what I mean? And they definitely got it in now. Were they at a restaurant, a bar, or you know, how did this kick off? I mean, was it at a nightclub or?
Apparently there was a concert.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, you know, everyone is partying at the different clubs in the downtown area, 1 block from the Capitol. Apparently it's a nice little nightlife scene.
Yeah, I know the area. I've been down there. I like it down there. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So apparently a bunch of people got into a fight. The fight escalated into a shooting.
And 6 dead?
6 dead, 12 injured. So they got 3 people in custody. They got these 2 brothers in custody. Let me see their names. One guy's name is Smiley Martin, and his younger brother DeAndre Martin are both in custody. DeAndre is 26, Smiley is 27, and Smiley is currently in the hospital. They're waiting to take him into custody once he recovers from his injuries.
Okay.
And then there's a 3rd person that is also in custody. And they are basically saying that this is a gang shooting. In fact, let me see if I can play a clip here. Let's see here. Let's see if I could play a clip here.
The identities of those shooters are still being worked through, but based off of witness information, victim information, as well as the numerous videos that we have received, we believe at this point there are 5 shooters. The 5 shooters included 2 groups where there was an exchange of gunfire between the 2 groups. We would like to confirm at this time that this shooting is gang related. While I can't get into the specifics of the gangs involved and the gang membership of the individuals, we do again would like to confirm that this shooting was gang related. I would just like to continue to thank the community. We've received close to 200 videos submitted through our QR code portals, and I would like to continue to ask the community to share those videos with us. We really, really appreciate their help in bringing some justice to the victim's family. And
all right,
to help
that's the Sacramento
investigators
PD talking about basically it's gang shooting, and they have 5 victims in custody. I mean, 6 victims, but they got some people in custody.
Yeah.
And they're saying 5 shooters.
Yeah.
5 different shooters. So basically, I ain't never heard of no shooting like this. Let me play one more clip from this news reporter from CBS Sacramento, and she's going to give us a little bit of details of what they know so far.
Well, Smiley Martin has a history, a criminal history that dates back nearly a decade, and there was no mincing of words in a letter to the Board of Parole hearings written by a deputy district attorney in the Sacramento County DA's office when they described Smiley as someone with little regard for human life.
All of these arrests are preliminary arrests made in the preliminary stages of the investigation, and like any other arrest, these cases are forwarded to the district attorney's office, where as the investigation proceeds, the district attorney's office will determine what, if any, additional charges may apply.
Who is Smiley Martin? The 27-year-old facing charges in relation to Sacramento's worst mass shooting in history, including possession of a machine gun. To start, he was let out of a 10-year prison sentence early. Why? According to the California Department of Corrections, he came to them in January 2018 from Sacramento County with a 10-year sentence for corporal injury and assault likely to cause great bodily injury. Before he got there, he had already received 508 days of pre-sentencing credits and received a variety of additional post-sentencing credits. He was released in February of this year despite a letter to the Board of Parole hearings. The Sac County DA's office calling his criminal conduct, quote, violent and lengthy, and asking he not be released. Martin's criminal history outlined in that 2-page letter. In January of 2013, 6 months before Martin turned 18, he attempted to discard an assault rifle concealed in the waistband of his
Right. Yeah, they're going to drag Smiley through the mud.
Yeah, they're dragging them through the mud. But basically what they're doing is they're setting up their trial and trying to get the jurors, you know, already influenced.
They know they was going to see exactly. They know exactly what they're doing. But that is you talking about the biggest mass shooting in Sacramento history. That's something that it's going to be long, lengthy, and they're going to try their best to hang these dudes to the wall, Alex.
Man, it's crazy that 6 people dead. And from what I understand, they counted 100 shots fired between the two groups. And I ain't never heard of no shooting like this. This is absolutely wild. I've been getting calls all day about this.
Yeah, it wasn't a few little busting and get on. They was out there shooting.
And some of this is already on video. And here's the problem I have with this. Hey, if you're going to get out there and do your thing correctly. From what I've seen, none of the victims, none of the 6 people that are dead have anything to do with whatever was going on with these guys.
Oh, wow. That's the bullshit right there.
And actually, let me play one more clip of this is about the victims of this Sacramento shooting.
Are the faces. The 6 people who did not survive Sunday morning's massacre, ranging from a 21-year-old with dreams of helping others to a 57-year-old woman who had no place to live. Jontaya Alexander, just 21 years old. Her family says she worked as a cashier at a Smart & Final, just got her own apartment, and dreamed of becoming a social worker. Yamile Martinez Andrade, also 21 years old. She drove from Fresno to Sacramento to attend the Tyler, the Creator concert at the Golden One Center. Her last text message to her mother, just as she reached her seat. Melinda Davis, a homeless woman known at Loaves and Fishes. Sunday morning, she chose to sleep on the sidewalk where the shooting happened. 29-year-old Devazier Turner worked as a manager at a Wingstop and leaves behind a wife and 4 kids under the age of 10. His cousin, Sergio Harris, also killed. The 38-year-old landscaper went out clubbing Saturday night after spending the day with his 3 kids. And 32-year-old Joshua Hoy Lucchesi. His mom tells us he could always make her laugh.
Okay, so, I could be wrong, but I don't think these 6 victims got anything to do with any of this drama. Hey, you never know, but it doesn't look like it.
Nah, they didn't deserve it, bro. Just straight up. And that's the problem with the gang violence out there in the streets. You guys not even getting your man. You getting innocent people who, regardless if she was homeless or not, she's still a life. So when you dudes going out here and y'all doing this shit and you innocent people are getting affected, that's what I really have a problem with. You know what I mean? Had they shot each other up, I would have been like, hey, they was, it's what it is. But when you get to talking about innocent people, innocent bystanders and shit, hard-working people who was supposed to go home to their family afterwards and they had a whole life ahead of them, didn't choose this shit, that's where I have a problem, Alex.
Hey, isn't it true that, I guess it depends on which prison you're in and which prison yard and who's on that yard, that if your case has a lot of innocent victims on it, you might get handled in prison.
Thanks for watching this video clip of Streets and Scholars podcast with Alex, Alonso, and FG. If you want to listen to the entire episode, go to your favorite podcast platform and type in Streets and Scholars. But we're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. And thanks for listening to another episode of Streets and Scholars.